tingin ko, nursing taught me how to be a poet.
George here. Welcome to the channel. And today we have a very special guest, the acclaimed poet and author, yeah, the Miss Romalyn Ante. Ma'am, Miss Romalyn, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Romalyn Ante. I came to the UK when I was 16 years old to join my nurse mother. So I live in Wolverhampton. I work full-time as a specialist nurse, and I'm also a published poet. You came from a very difficult socioeconomic background. Parang lumaki ka na you have very little options. So when I was growing up, all I wanted to do was to have a secure job so that I could provide for my family. Because I knew how hard it was growing up. I had my grandmother who had kidney failure, and she couldn't really, well, we couldn't afford the treatment. And eventually she died because we couldn't afford dialysis. So, growing up, tumatak na sa isip ko na kapag lumaki ako, gusto ko secure yung job ko. And sadly, sa Pilipinas, security means go to nursing, or if you're male, magsiman ka, or something else, di ba? Para makapag-abroad ka. So maybe, well, I really believe that somehow it influenced me. So at that time, sabi ko, mag-nursing na lang. Kasi, first of all, security. Second of all, better life. So that's the formula.
I can really relate doon sa sinabi mo. Na you mentioned about your very brilliant book, no? Yung Antiemetic for Homesickness na meron din ako. Nasa misis ko ngayon, actually, binabasa na.
Okay.
And I highly encourage everyone to go grab yourself one. Kasi it's something, there you go. Napakaganda, pati yung art, very much Filipino yan. Napakaganda.
Sobrang kulay, no?
Oh, no, it's very, very nice. So, but ang tanong is, maybe, how did you go into poetry? Alam mo, ito nga yun going to poetry, what inspires you? Ayan, that's my question.
I think I've always been going towards yung rhythm, yung music, yung beauty of language, which poetry has. Kasi natatandaan ko, like I said, Manong George, I didn't grow up na maganda yung buhay namin. I grew up in a house with no books. Hindi namin, that's not one of our needs. Kasi hindi naman talaga basic need yun sa Pinas. Pero I grew up with stories from my grandfathers, from my grandmothers. And from that moment, I knew I love the sound of language and the narrative energy na makukuha natin sa poetry. Pero sa tingin ko din, napakalaking influence sa akin nung nag-umpisa ako ng nursing. And I remember this. I clearly remember. I think I was only 18 or 19. I was a student nurse. Yung una kong makapaghugas ng patay. 'Di ba? Last offices. And at that time, I felt, so tired, like emotionally. So I went to a bookshop just to kind of like distract myself. Pero wala akong makitang book about nurses, especially about migrant nurses. I didn't see any book written by a Filipino. And I thought, why? Why is that? The UK is a society that depends on us a lot, massively. But to what extent do they really know us, as human beings, more than our job titles? Yun talaga yung parang nag-kickstart sa akin na magsulat. And like I said a while ago, nursing taught me to pay attention. So lahat ng mga nakikita ko sa hospital, lahat ng mga nararamdaman ko, nasusulat ko. And then when it comes to finessing kung ano nasulat ko, parang nakikita ko, parang may music here. May music sa line to, or parang maganda yung image dito. And then I started writing. And that's when I thought, actually something good could happen here. In 2017, I got into a mentorship course, Jerwood Arvin Mentoring Program, and I was mentored by Pascal Petit, who is a very celebrated poet in the UK. And parang yun din yung naging kauna-unahang time na may nagsabi sa akin na you are saying something important here. You are basically a poet of witness. Kasi yung mga na-experience mo, wala pang nakakaalam nito. The literary world doesn't know this. Walang nakakaalam ng nursing or paano nag-migrate, paano yung dynamics ng isang transnational family. Wala. And it is needed to be known. Kasi nga, paano naman yung UK literary scene? Sila na lang lagi. Diba? Ang Filipino nga, second highest nationality of migrant nurses in the UK. Tapos wala kayong alam sa kung ano yung mga Pilipino, sa mga pinagdadaanan ng Pilipino, yung mga iniwang pamilya ng Pilipino sa Pilipinas. Diba? Parang napaka-superficial naman nun. So, nung nag-decide ako na magsusulat ako, magiging akong poet, parang nagkaroon na din ako ng duty to tell our stories. Lahat ng mga Pilipino minsan, or sometimes my readers will tell me, you are the voice for the Filipino community. Pero lagi kong sinasabi, I am not the voice for them. I am a voice with them. Kasi marami pang stories na hindi pa na-uncovered. Diba? Yun.
Diyan. Nurse ka. Nurse din ako. Diba? So alam naman natin, walang nurse na hindi busy. So ang tanong, how do you manage from writing and then working as a professional nurse? And you're not working part-time, right? You work full-time. So paano naman yun? Yeah, how do you do that?
I think it's a matter of what urged you to do something. So what urged me to do nursing is my love for it. Even though I didn't go into nursing wanting to be a nurse. I kind of go into it half-heartedly, but I got to love it, na minahal ko na din yung profession. Kasi, yun nga, nagbibigay ako, pero marami ding naibibigay sa akin ang nursing. Kaya hindi ko din siya mabitawan eh. Hindi ko din siya masabing, ay magpa-part-time na lang ako. Kasi gusto ko din yung ginagawa ko. Pero hindi ko din mabitawan yung poetry or writing because of my urgency to tell our narratives. And purely to tell our narratives. Extra na lang yung na papublish ako ng very reputable publisher or na kukuha ko yung ibang prices, extra na lang yun. Pero gusto ko talaga na magkaroon naman ng representation yung Filipinos sa British literature kasi wala talaga. So, minsan meron akong maybe let's talk about like recently kasi recently Monday to Friday na yung job ko eh. Minsan gigising ako ng umaga like 4 o'clock in the morning para lang magbasa or magsulat ng kahit kaunti lang. Tapos pag pagod na ako, wala na akong magawa. Maybe wala na akong maisip kasi pagod na din yung utak after work. Kahit na magbabasa na lang ako ng isang tula for 30 minutes. Tapos pag-aaralan ko na lang yung paano nila ginagawa yung tula. Kasi para sa akin, yung 30 minutes sa umaga or 1 hour sa umaga and 30 minutes sa gabi, na-accumulate yun eh. Parang yun na lang din yung parang academic input ko. Parang self-study ko na din lang yon. So, yes, I guess the answer to your question is knowing what moves you to do something. Who do you write for or who do you care for? Why do you do this?
So it's about kung mas matimbang yung why, then you can do it, I suppose. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so talaga. Ang mga matinding hugot lines, ano ba ang mas matimbang? Anyway, so ang tanong na
carry lang. Magsulat lang kasi diyan naman nag-uumpisa yan eh. If you're not going to write, who's going to write the words for you? Nobody, di ba? So, diyan talaga nag-uumpisa yan. Magsulat, mag-keep ng diary maybe, or magbasa ng mga books, whether it's literature or not. Kasi diyan din natin natitrain yung ating imaginative energy. And most importantly, reach out to your community, or if you want to be a writer, reach out to the writing community, di ba? Para alam niyo din yung mga pasikot-sikot, paano magkakaroon kayo ng publication. Yun, very very basic, pero that's where it starts. Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.